And everybody's got their own whiskey journey, isn't that right?
Everybody.
I'm Charlie.
I'm Jean.
Thanks for tuning into Multicasking. Today we're going to talk about your bourbon journey. And as you begin your bourbon journey, what are the 5 bourbons you should try to acclimate your palate to grow in your bourbon journey?
A lot of whiskeys out there. So you walk into a whiskey store, you're like, where do I start? Do I start with the more expensive stuff? Do I start with the least expensive stuff? I want something that's good. I don't want to waste my money. I want something good.
Yep. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to go out and buy, hey, here's a $100 bottle. It's payday. I hear good things. You get it home and it sucks. You know why it sucks? Because you don't know what to look for. So today we're going to talk about 5 intro bourbons to grow your palate and to let you know about the great caramel, cinnamon, butter, and oak that bourbon will bring to your palate.
Okay.
So first up, Jean, we have Elijah Craig Small Batch.
Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig brand is famous for, hey, we started the whole burn in your barrel and recharge the barrel. So whether that's true or not, that's their marketing scheme and it's kind of neat. But the small batch is our go-to. Anytime we have somebody who says, hey, I don't know bourbon, you guys have bourbon, give me a bourbon I'm gonna like.
Yeah, we have this on hand almost all the time unless we've drank it, and then we don't.
And you changed a lot of minds with your coworkers about bourbon because of this bottle.
I did. They're all beer drinkers. I'm like, I'm gonna make you try some whiskey, and they're like, no. And I said, yes. And I made them try this, and they're like, okay, what else you got?
Yep, this has a core mash bill of 78% corn, 10% rye, 12% malted barley. It has a little brother we're going to talk about here in a second. But this is going to give you, if you want caramel, this is the bourbon bottle to give you the caramel and oak notes that will grow your palate.
And cinnamon. I remember that one having a little bit of cinnamon.
And cinnamon. Mm-hmm. Its little brother is the Larceny Small Batch. We've drank all the Larceny Small Batch bottles that we own, so this is the barrel proof bottle.
Looks very similar though. The Larceny will always have the key on the label up here.
And again, that's marketing. Their thing is, hey, once upon a time there was a tax man, a government man who had the key to the rick houses, and he'd go in there and he would sample all the best ones for himself. So they did a marketing thing, and here's the key.
He stole it.
To the rick
They're
house.
like, Larceny. Larceny.
This is a wheated mash bill. Like I said, this is a little stepbrother to the Elijah Craig Small Batch. It's all made by the Heaven Hill Distillery. This is a wheated mash bill. So as we get to as you grow your bourbon nose and notes and palates and everything, this is going to give you a little bit more of a sweeter influence.
Right, and it's not too terribly priced. None of these are.
Nope. Most of these are going to be. I think all these are going to be under $35. Up next, Gene, we have Wilderness Trail. We're out of the small batch.
Again,
we apologize.
Right. A very similar looking bottle.
Very similar looking bottle. This is going to give you kind of a good balance of your oaks, your caramels, your butters, your cinnamons, and your caramel, if you prefer that word.
Yeah, I like the Wilderness Trail. I think that was one of the first ones that we reviewed on this show is a Wilderness Trail. I don't know if it was the bourbon or the rye, but we did do one of our first ones was a Wilderness.
And Gene, I don't think...
And worth it.
This actually might be the bottle from our very first ever review was a Wilderness Trail.
Really?
I'll leave a link. Yes, this actually might be the bottle.
Okay.
So it may not be, but I'm pretty certain. There's a good solid chance that this is the bottle.
It's a good chance. I don't know if we would have done a cast strength for our very first one.
Oh,
is this a cast strength?
not.
I actually can't read it.
This is 50. This is just a 50 ABV.
Okay.
It's bottled in bond edition. And one good thing about everything we're going to show you here today is the brand has multiple concoctions, if you will, multiple versions of their juice. This has cast strength, this has store picks, this has 50% ABV, 59% ABV, family reserve.
Options, man.
Options. Which is what you want as you start your bourbon journey. And Gene, I believe this is what you're drinking here today. The Bullet.
Bullet.
Oh.
So
Bullet
this
bourbon.
is actually one, I don't know if you'll find the rest of these at dive bar type of thing, but you can usually find Bullet at most dive bars, and this is what I will order when we go into those dive bars.
One good thing
and
is...
I'll be like, hey, I want that Bullet, neat please. And then they take the cup and they fill it with ice. And I'm like, nay, nay.
No.
I did not say over ice.
And what do? They dump the ice out. Okay, here you go. Well, I guess
I'll have some little water in my neat.
On your bourbon journey, this bourbon here is going to give you some orange zest notes, as does the bourbon rye. This is going to give you, no pun intended, because or maybe that's why they did the labeling. I don't even know. But this is going to give you orange zest notes that you get on some bourbons. Great thing about all 5 that we're going to show you today, they're all readily available, except maybe you're like in a small town and your nearest liquor store is 40 miles away.
I was born in a small town.
I can I can die in a small town.
Breathe in a small town.
Little John Mellencamp for
Probably
you.
die in a small town. Well, that's probably where they'll bury me.
These are also readily available on internet liquor stores. Last but not least, to go on your bourbon journey, Gene.
This is good.
Old
This is nice.
Forester signature.
I don't know if I've ever seen this at a dive bar, but I wish I did.
Thing cool about this here right here, Gene, this is a cinnamon bomb. It's gonna give you a ton of your cinnamon notes. It is a liter versus everything else being a 750 milliliter bottle. And this is a liter for $27.
A liter of cola.
Liter cola. So you're gonna get your caramels, everything else you get in a bourbon, but this is gonna be heavy on the cinnamon. It's very inexpensive if you get a liter versus a 750 milliliter.
Tasty.
Very tasty. So Jean Marie, of all of our 5 right here, when you started your bourbon journey, are these 5 you'd have been happy with to start your journey with?
Yeah, they would have. But I made the mistake of just, I'm gonna try whiskey. Guess I'm gonna spend all my money on whiskey now. And I'd go out and buy just left and right, just boxes of crap.
Yeah.
Which we are just now getting around to reviewing. So stay tuned for all that crap.
Yeah,
coming your way.
Subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up if you like us. Thumbs down if you don't. Helps the channel grow. But yeah, don't go out and buy expensive whiskey like we did. Grow your palate, know what you like, and then buy bottles custom to your own palate.
Right. Or find a friend that already owns a bunch of whiskey and then go taste it all.
That's why we have so many people coming over here.
Yeah.
Just now dawned on me. Yeah, I'll go over and even try. You know what? I'll have a cocktail. Well, we don't do cocktails, but would you like a dram of whiskey? Yeah, I'll take what you're drinking. Yeah, I'll do. That'd be.
What's good?
That'd
What's
be best.
Good? Put something in my glass. That's good.
That'd be best.
Well, what do you like? Oh, I don't know. Okay.
So here's my challenge for you. What are your top 5 beginner bourbons? Let us know what we missed, what we got wrong, what you would switch out, what you would suggest, and let everyone know down in the comments. That way everyone can kind of see what you're into.
Maybe we should do one for Scotch.
We should do one for Scotch. We should do one for rye. I think we already have one for rye, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you're getting into whiskey, you don't know if you like Scotch. A lot of people don't like Scotch, but they like bourbon.
Yeah.
Maybe we should say, maybe I can change your mind.
Oh, kind of the beer drinkers, but now they're going to be Scotch drinkers.
Yeah.
Anything left to add, Jean?
I have nothing else to add.
I'm Charlie.
I'm Jean, and I hope you are just as thirsty as we are.